Hey everybody, Joe Daniels here. Going to talk about rotation, rotation, and rotation, and what it's important for your arm and shoulder to have that in kettlebells. Internal, external rotation. Basically, everybody I know that is just now getting into kettlebells, when they go to press, they're still believing or pretending that's a bar. Okay, so we don't want to press a kettlebell this way. We don't want to press with our palms facing away from us. Okay, what we want is, as we go to press, our palms are in a neutral position. Prayer position, or, like I always tell people, cymbals, marching band cymbals, clapping, whatever can cue them into getting their hands neutral. Now, as we press, the first thing someone wants to do, if they've had a dumbbell or a barbell before, is turn their palm away. With the kettlebell, what that can do is cause the bell to actually spin around and end up right over your head with my palm facing away. Now, as I take that down, boom, if I take it straight down, it's going to kill me right on the bicep and right on the front delt. So what we want to do is we want to develop external rotation. So when we press, the thumb is facing about 45 degrees behind us. Okay, now what happens is I've created external rotation by turning I turn my lat on a little bit, and the kettlebell stays to the outside, almost like you can see maybe 50% of the kettlebell on either side of my arm. I don't want this. I don't want that internal rotation. It's very hard to escape from if that kettlebell comes down. So basically what we're trying to do, instead of press straight up and leave that arm flat, what we're trying to do is rotate to the outside, just like hitchhiking that way. So thumb out, rotate. Now everybody's built differently, depends on clavicle length and shoulder width, all that stuff. My shoulders are a little broader than most people that I'm seeing in kettlebell sport. Probably for most of all the bodybuilding stuff we've done before. But it's a little harder for me to keep that external rotation and keep my bicep close to lined up by my ear. Mine's out a little bit farther when I feel like I have that buttressing power of the lat. So still want to focus on getting that elbow downward, but you're focusing on the shoulder, not just the wrist. So this doesn't mean anything. If I got my wrist back up here, my arm's not locked out, and I'm still like this, I'm still have a palm forward position, and that kettlebell's gonna be here. So I want to externally rotate that and get that into socket. There's a lot of stretches you can do. MobilityWOD.com, Kelly Starrett has a lot of really cool things for CrossFit and for barbell stuff, but you can tell, like, I'm still not a fan of Olympic lifting all the time because of all the shoulder injuries that I've seen, and I've been through myself. That's what got me to kettlebells. So, not saying it's not it's a bad thing. It's a great thing for people, but for me, I'm a lot better when I can externally rotate and focus on that stability of the kettlebells overhead. So once again, see if you can see that. Everything involves external rotation with a kettlebell. Snatches. See, I'm not ending here. The kettlebell's not flipping straight up and over my head. I'm throwing it to the outside of my body, and I'm externally rotating my upper arm. Now if I'm tight, what that'll do is it possibly will make me tilt inward. So I want to focus on keeping that stable base as well, and externing that arm, which engages a lot more of this tissue down here, lats, serratus. It also keeps your shoulder healthy. So, till next time, we'll work on some ways that you can increase external rotation and not be dominant with internal and palm forward syndrome.